This war didn't start with a missile. It started with 4 words. They ignored it. Not by accident. They saw the warnings, read the intelligence, heard the briefings, and chose to ignore it. For months, the signs were clear. Missile tests, military drills along borders, sanctions tightening, retaliation threats becoming promises. Every signal pointed one direction: escalation. Experts warned it was unstable. Diplomats said the window was closing. Intelligence analysts predicted a flashpoint within weeks. But politics moves slower than consequences, and pride moves faster than caution. Then it happened. An airstrike on a military convoy. Retaliation within hours. Another strike before dawn. Within 24 hours, the region shifted. Military bases on high alert. Allied nations scrambling. Markets reacting. Oil prices spiking. Embassies issuing evacuation orders. The world held its breath. But this didn't start that day. It had been building for years. Nuclear agreements collapsed. Key figures assassinated. Proxy conflicts spreading across borders. Each warning ignored. Each chance for de-escalation missed. Leaders had a choice: pull back or push forward. They pushed forward. When intelligence suggested retaliation, ignored. When analysts warned of spillover, ignored. When diplomats pleaded for restraint, ignored. Because backing down looks like weakness. Until suddenly, it doesn't. Now soldiers are mobilized, missile systems activated, supply chains disrupted, and civilians live beneath the consequences. Tonight, near the border, a father checks his phone for news updates. His son asks why the internet keeps going down. His daughter asks if school will be canceled tomorrow. He doesn't have answers, only a warning to keep bags packed, just in case. This is what escalation looks like, not in briefing rooms, in living rooms. We've seen this before. 1914, 1915, 1916. Different names, different weapons, same miscalculation. Wars don't explode suddenly. They accumulate. One decision at a time, one sanction, one strike, one refusal to negotiate. Each step narrowing the path back to peace, until that path disappears. Wars are built in conference rooms before they reach battlefields, built in red lines, in political pressure, in the refusal to appear weak. They grow when intelligence is politicized, when warnings become overreactions, when compromise feels more dangerous than conflict. Until the bill comes due, not in reports, in lives. Right now, families are packing emergency bags. Soldiers are saying goodbye. Aid organizations prepare for casualties no one wants to predict. And somewhere far from the blast zones, more decisions are still being made. Calculated, measured, justified. Because this is how it works. The people making the choices rarely live with the consequences, and the people living with them rarely had a choice. So the real question isn't who fired first. The real question is who had the power to stop it and chose not to. Wars don't require evil, only enough people willing to ignore what's coming. History is filled with the wreckage of those bets. Leaders who thought they had more time. Nations convinced the other side would blink first. They were wrong. And by the time everyone realized it, the machinery of conflict was already in motion. Unstoppable, irreversible, inevitable. They ignored it. Now the cost is being calculated. Not in briefing papers, in lives. Because conflicts don't stay contained. They ripple through economies, through politics, through families. The patterns are visible. The data is clear. The choice still exists. But only if someone decides that preventing war matters more than winning the argument that leads to it. They ignored it. 4 words. A warning. Will we?